Hey everyone, if you're a network engineer, an IT pro, or honestly just someone trying to build real, scalable AI automation, you are in exactly the right place today. We're diving deep into an explainer on what might just be the absolute missing link for true enterprise AI automation. I'm incredibly excited to unpack this for you because frankly, this completely changes how we think about AI and system integrations. It's a total game changer.
Now, right off the bat, let's address the elephant in the room, the skepticism around all this AI hype. Look, we all know AI agents aren't just for chatting anymore, right? They can understand complex tasks, analyze problems, pick the right tools, and actually execute them. So, if AI agents already know how to use tools, you might be asking yourself, why on earth do we suddenly need a brand new protocol like MCAG? What real-world problem is this actually solving?
Okay, let's dive into this explainer and find out. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with number 1, the API integration problem. Then number 2, MCP, AI's universal interface. Number 3, MCP versus APIs and tools. Number 4, real-world network troubleshooting. Number 5, securing AI network changes. And finally, number 6, the complete enterprise stack.
Starting with Section 1, the API integration problem. Integration nightmares. The painful reality that every single IT professional knows all too well.
Picture this for a second. You've got an AI agent, and its job is to manage an enterprise network. Well, in the traditional, pre-MCP world, we run into a massive, frankly terrifying, integration problem. If the AI wants to talk to a Juniper router, it has to completely learn the Juniper API. Oh wait, it needs to check a database? Cool, that's a completely different database API. What about Kubernetes, or your specialized monitoring tools, or your ticketing systems? You get the idea. Without a standard protocol, every single system requires its own custom-built, hard-coded interface just for the AI agent to talk to it. If you have, say, 10 AI agents and 100 tools, the integration costs and the sheer system complexity just explode. It becomes an absolute mess.
Moving to Section 2, MCP, AI's universal interface, or as I like to call it, MCP to the rescue.
So how do we stop forcing our AI agents to learn a million completely different integration methods for every single system? We introduce a universal standard. Enter the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Let's give it a formal definition. MCP is an open standard introduced by Anthropic, and its entire purpose in life is to standardize exactly how AI applications connect with external data sources, tools, and services. At its core, you need to remember this. MCP is not an LLM, is not an AI agent, it is the standardized universal interface for them.
And this brilliantly illustrates the whole concept. Think of MCP as the AI world standard USB interface. Remember the dark ages before USB? Your computer needed a totally different, chunky, specialized port for a keyboard, a different one for a mouse, and yet another massive one for a printer. USB came along and standardized the connection. The computer didn't have to reinvent the wheel for every single new device you plugged in. MCP solves this exact same problem, but for AI. The AI agent just connects to MCP, and MCP handles connecting to all the underlying tools, data, and services.
To actually make this magic happen, the architecture relies on 3 core roles. First up, the MCP host. This is basically the environment that's running your AI application or assistant. Second, the MCP client, which maintains a one-to-one communication line for the AI agent. And third, honestly, the unsung hero here, the MCP server. The MCP server's job is to take all those incredibly complex backend capabilities, like your network topologies or raw telemetry data, and wrap them up into neat, standardized tools that the AI can easily digest. The most beautiful part of this? The agent itself doesn't need to understand any of the backend details at all. It just asks for what it needs.
Let's move on to Section 3, MCP versus APIs and tools, clearing the confusion.
Because, let's be real, this is where network engineers get a bit tripped up. Is MCP coming in to replace the REST APIs we already know and love? The short answer? No way. Comparing the two, a REST API is a system-to-system interface. Application A talks to system B. MCP, on the other hand, is an AI-to-tools standardized interface. MCP does absolutely not replace REST APIs, and it doesn't replace netconf or SSH either. They sit at entirely different layers of the stack. The AI agent talks to the MCP server using the MCP protocol, and then the MCP server uses your traditional REST or netconf to talk to the actual network device, like a Juniper MX960.
Okay, so what about tool calling? We hear that buzzword constantly when we're talking about LLMs. Once again, they do not conflict. They work together perfectly. Tool calling is simply the AI's internal logic saying, hey, I have a problem and I want to use a tool to solve it.
MCP is the standardized bridge that answers back, great, here's how you actually access and execute those tools. The LLM generates the tool call, the MCP client sends it over to the MCP server, and the server executes the underlying network script. It's a beautiful partnership.
But wait, MCP goes way beyond just executing simple scripts. It brings massive scalability to the table through something called tool discovery. Instead of painstakingly hard-coding every single network tool into your agent, the agent simply connects to the network MCP server and basically says, hey, what can you do? The server replies with a full menu of its capabilities. I can check BGP, I can check interfaces, I can pull syslog. Plus, MCP provides resources to give the AI essential context, think topology data, inventory, and logs, along with prompts for predefined workflows. It makes the AI incredibly dynamic and adaptable. Now for Section 4, Real-World Network Troubleshooting, a BGP outage scenario.
Let's take this out of the theoretical clouds and down to the server room. What does this actually look like when an engineer is staring down a network outage? Imagine an engineer types, help me, analyze why the BGP is down on PE01. Here is the automated sequence completely powered by MCP. First, the LLM processes the request and calls the Get BGP Summary tool via MCP. The MCP server hits the router using netconf, parses that state, and returns the data back to the LLM. The LLM sees, a neighbor is down, so it independently decides to take the next logical step, checking the interface. It calls Get Interface Status, and boom, it discovers an interface flap. Then, it pulls the syslog to look for link down/up messages. Finally, it checks the LLDP neighbors to verify the remote device. Just like that, the AI successfully performs the entire root cause analysis, step by step, perfectly orchestrated through the MCP server.
All right, Section 5, Securing AI Network Changes, Risk and Policies.
So the crucial point is this. Root cause analysis is awesome, but I know exactly what every IT pro watching this is thinking right now. Wait, can the AI actually modify the router? And if so, how on earth do we stop it from accidentally nuking our entire network? Look, just because an AI can modify a router via an MCP tool absolutely does not mean it should be allowed to just do it freely. Enterprise MCP implementations require strict, ironclad risk assessment and execution policies. Low-risk actions, like running show commands or reading telemetry, sure, let those execute automatically. Medium-risk actions, like clearing a BGP session, might trigger a prompt asking the engineer for extra confirmation. But high-risk actions, we're talking committing new configurations, changing routing policies, or shutting down an interface, those absolutely 100% must require human approval. No exceptions.
The real beauty of this architecture? It's exactly where we put these safeguards. We are not blindly trusting the AI agent to police itself. That would be a disaster. Instead, we build these safeguards directly into the MCP server layer. This is where we strictly separate our read tools from our write tools. This is the exact layer where we enforce role-based access control, policy engines, deep auditing, logging, and rate limits. The AI simply requests the change, the MCP server's policy engine intercepts that request, demands human approval if the risk level calls for it, and only executes the netconf command once it is fully authorized. This right here is what transforms AI from a cool, slightly risky toy into a rock-solid, enterprise-ready tool.
Bring it home with Section 6, the complete enterprise stack, putting it all together.
We've covered a ton of ground today, so let's move to and see how this builds a true end-to-end enterprise network AI stack. It all starts up at the top with you, the user, requesting an action. That request goes straight to the AI agent, which handles all the planning and reasoning. Naturally, the agent relies on the LLM, the AI brain, to process the language and logic. But when it's actually time to act, it goes down through the MCP protocol, straight into the MCP server. The server routes that request through the policy engine, checks for any required human approval, and finally translates it all down to the back-end network device using standard protocols like REST or netconf. It is highly structured, it's incredibly secure, and it is ridiculously powerful.
So as you can see, MCP is that universal bridge we've been waiting for. It finally makes scalable, secure AI automation a reality for complex IT environments. It takes that whole spaghetti web of custom APIs we talked about earlier and replaces it with a clean, standardized, policy-driven framework. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on today. As AI rapidly evolves from just being a helpful little chatbot into a fully active network operator, is your enterprise stack truly ready to integrate it securely? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer today, and hey, keep exploring the incredible potential of your network automation. Take you next time.